Hello everybody and welcome to Bird's Nest Designs. My name is Denise Cox and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Trail, British Columbia, Canada. And today's video is to show you this card that I've created using the Country Bouquet bundle. So this is a stamp set and it comes with a coordinating punch if you choose to order the bundle. This card is one that is featured in my Stamp of the Month club. So this is my January stamp, is the Country Bouquet. I absolutely love this stamp set. There are so many options. It's great for Valentine's Day, which is just around the corner. It's good for anniversary, just because. A great little friendship card. There's so many things that you can do with this stamp set, and I absolutely love it. You can find it in the January to April mini catalog. I believe it's on page 12. Yeah, it's just a really, really great stamp set. So I want to talk a little bit about my Stamp of the Month club as we go. So the club is $40 and it includes the Stamp of the Month. So every month you get a new stamp set. You also get 3 make and takes. This is one of them and there's 2 additional ones. You get a PDF printed instruction sheet along with your kit and access to this video every month, one video to show the ins and outs of the stamp set and to demonstrate one of the cards. So if you're interested in that, please head on over to createwithbirdsnest.ca or visit the link here in the description of today's video. All right, so let's get to stamping. And this is the card, as I mentioned. It's a Valentine's Day card, but you could easily change out the sentiment inside and make it a card for whatever you would like. The colors we're using today are Mossy Meadow and Petal Pink. These have been pulled from the designer series paper. This is the Country Floral Lane DSP. Here, there's some cute little hearts on the back. And we're also using the Country Gingham DSP. Both of these are part of the Country Floral Lane suite, which also includes the Country Bouquet bundle I showed you a minute ago. So we're going to start with a Petal Pink card base. It's folded in half on the score line here, and we'll go ahead and give that a burnish. Let's grab my adhesive that I left over there. Okay. So the first thing I want to do, we're doing a landscape card, so I'm going to make sure it's in landscape mode here. And the first thing we're going to do is add a panel of basic white. So if you're in my club, you do have a kit with all of the pieces cut. So there's 2 pieces here. We're going to take the smaller, one is just slightly smaller. We're going to take that one and we're going to attach it right to the front of our card. I'm just going to use my Stampin' Seal to do that. We're hearing it centered on our card. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is take our 2 pieces of designer series paper and get those attached. So our Country Gingham paper in Mint Macaron is going to go right across. Again, I'm just using my Stampin' Seal. And we're going to attach that right across the middle of the card. Like so. And then we'll take our beautiful patterned Country Floral Lane DSP and we're going to attach that in the center as well, but going the opposite direction. Go ahead and attach that. What I love about this is that these designer series papers coordinate beautifully and you can mix and match so quick and easy. And the gingham patterns are so neutral too. You can really just add a pop to anything. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is take a square of Mossy Meadow and we're gonna layer that up with a square of Petal Pink on top. So as a member of my Stamp of the Month club, in your instruction sheets that you have access to, all of the measurements are included there. So you can go ahead and recreate these cards as many times as you want. So everything is there included for you. So what we're gonna do is we're going to attach this to the front of the card, but I want it off to the left. I don't want it in the center. So again, if you like it centered, then of course, by all means, make it your own and center the square. But for me, I'm going to off center it here. And I'm using one of the lines here on the gingham paper to ensure that my square is going to be straight. All right, so now we can go ahead and set this aside for a moment. And I'm gonna bring in another square of basic white and just a random piece here of scrap. So in my kits, if it's a scrap and it's meant for stamping, it'll have a hole in it. So that's if it needs to be stamped and cut out. This one we are also going to stamp on. So first thing I want to show you, we're going to use our scrap piece here. And we're going to pull out this heart stamp set, or stamp image, okay? So it is 2 in 1. So when you stamp it, you're going to get the large heart and the small. And it coordinates beautifully with the Country Bouquet punch. So we're going to use this, and we're going to use Petal Pink. And I'm going to use the stamp off technique. So what that means is we're going to stamp this up once. So inking, we're going to stamp it on our scratch paper here, and then we're going to go ahead and stamp it on our paper. So what that does is give us a lighter image in the same shade. So you can see if I held these side by side, the difference. So I want mine nice and light and subtle, so we're going to use this one. And then I'm going to pop that into my punch. And it's a little short, so I'm going to show you a little trick. I always have Post-it notes handy here in my craft room. So what I'm going to do is stick a Post-it note right to the top of this piece of paper, just like that, which makes it nice and easy to now get this paper in. Now, the reason it's not going down like it should is because there's not enough room here. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim that off. And then we can line it up in here. And punch out those hearts. There we go. And then we can just take that out. And then of course you can reuse the Post-it note. I always just put it back on my stack, and we can use it again next time. So now that we have our 2 hearts done, we're going to stamp on our basic white square, and I'm also going to decorate my insert. Okay, so this is just my standard basic white insert. And the first thing I want to do is stamp my leaves. So in creating this heart right here, it's actually 2 stamps in the background. So we're going to use this one here, which is the leaves, and this one here, which is the floral. So let's get our Mossy Meadow ink out. And we're going to take our floral image here, or sorry, not the floral, the leaves, and we're going to ink that up. And I want to do the same technique. I want this to be nice and subtle. So I'm going to stamp it off once on my scratch paper, once in the center of my square. Yep. Okay, so you can see that is substantially lighter, which is the look I'm going for. Then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to stamp off, and I'm going to stamp this heart coming in off the corner of my insert. Okay, we're done with that stamp. So now we're going to use our floral part, our 2-step stamping, to create this image. And again, I'm going to use the stamp off method with my Petal Pink. Okay, so stamp that off. And you can see it's nice and easy to line up, which is why I used the darker image first. You can just twist it until, there we go, until you can see everything's lined up. And we're going to pop it down. And then we have those beautiful florals stamped amongst our leaves. And we'll do the same thing once more over here. I'm going to move this closer so I can see it better. Just lining that up. Popping it down. Okay, if you stamp the floral image first, it will still work, but the lighter image is going to be a little bit harder to see than the darker green was. So that's why I chose to start with the green and finish with the Petal Pink. All right, so lastly, what I want to do on this square here is I'm going to take my Mossy Meadow. I'm going to use full strength stamping now, and I'm going to take these 2 cute little hearts that are from the Country Bouquet stamp set, and I'm going to stamp them. Actually, I'm just going to do a sample because it looks like, yeah. I have 2 puppies that are shedding a lot right now. So I had a puppy hair on there. Okay, so we're going to stamp it off, make sure it's nice and good. And then I'm going to stamp a full strength set of hearts here. And a full strength set of hearts over here. And then I'm going to take the cute little I love you sentiment, and I'm going to use my Mossy Meadow ink again. And going to stamp it, make sure it's working good. No hair stuck to that. And then we're going to stamp the I love you right down here in the bottom left corner. Okay, so let's bring this in. We'll finish our insert in a minute. But for now, we're going to attach this white square right to the front of our card over top of the petal pink. So again, let's use our Stampin' Seal. Of course, any adhesive, whatever your favorite is. This one just happened to be close to me. So we're going to stamp that, stick that down just like that. Now, remember these two pieces that we punched out. So we're going to grab some Stampin' Dimensionals. And I'm going to use both the mini and the large ones. So on our large heart, I'm going to put Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to use 3 of them. Okay, so I've just got these 3 dimensionals on the back of our large heart. And then we're going to go ahead and stick that right here. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to stick the smaller heart like this. So already it's going to be layering on top of our big heart. And just over here is where it's going to need a dimensional. So pop off one of my little minis and I'm just going to stick one on that side. Now for this, we could use a wee bit of our liquid glue. Woo. Try not to let that happen. If it does, just pick it up quickly. Okay, so then we're going to attach our little heart just like that. Okay. So that is the front of our card. Now let's finish the inside. Remember I said we were going to make this into a Valentine's Day card. So I've got Happy Valentine's Day, which is also part of that beautiful Country Bouquet stamp set. And we're going to stamp Happy Valentine's Day. Oops. Missed the ink. Okay, Happy Valentine's Day here. And then we're going to finish it off by adding a couple more of these adorable little hearts. Just like that. Okay, so make sure I didn't fit. Oh, and I did. I did forget one. On my sample, I put 2 of the full strength hearts over here too. All right, so we can go ahead and we can attach this to the inside of our card. Oops. Put my card too far off to the side there. So we're gonna open that up and put this inside. And then to finish it off, I'm just going to grab my pastel sequins. So these guys here, these are also part of the Country Floral Lane suite that's in the catalog. And as I mentioned before, I love that suite so very much. And I'm featuring it all week long on my blog. Again, if you aren't familiar, my blog is createwithbirdsnest.ca. And I share projects on there at least 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes more. But yes, so I am featuring the Country Bouquet. So if you want more inspiration, then head on over there and check out what I've posted so far. And tonight on Facebook, I'll be doing my live tutorial Tuesday, featuring another card to create with this beautiful set. So we're going to stick some of these gold. I think the gold looks really nice with the mossy green, mossy meadow, and the petal pink. So there we go. There is our card. Oh, my paper's moving everywhere. So thank you so much for watching the video today. I hope that you found this inspirational and helpful. Maybe learned a few little tips and tricks about using the Country Bouquet bundle. If you're interested in my Stamp of the Month Club, the registration is always up until the first Saturday of the month to get registered for that month. So the registration for January has already passed because today is the 10th of January. But if you want to register, you can get in now to get the February kit, which will be getting announced and posted to my blog and my website in the next week or so. So thank you so much again for watching. If you liked the video today, please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, cheers.